Well, good evening, good people, and Eagle and 49er fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to get 10 gallons into a 5-gallon hat. That's what I'm trying to do. I have unloaded 3,000 pounds of gravel. I have framed up an 8x12 deck for building a shed. I've actually climbed up on the outside over here, right out here, all the way that high up, and painted red, white, and black. 3 colors today. I've got about 8,000 steps in, and I have a historic commission meeting in 21 minutes. And I've popped out a few videos. Not to complain about everything, but when I'm done with the meeting, I'm coming back and working on the deck. And I got some more touching up paint to do. All right, so I meant to get to this morning, but I've been a little bit busy. See, this is where it's comical to me that last night listening to people say Dak Prescott's got no excuses. No excuses. None. Zero. He got a receiver. Now he's got to go win a Super Bowl. But if you are to believe the polls out there that literally say we have the worst running game in football, think about it. Miles Sanders, the Eagles gave up on 3 seasons ago, and he did absolutely nothing with Carolina, but nobody does much with Carolina, so there's hope there. Javonte Williams tore his ACL a couple of years back, and he's still trying to get back in the swing of things. So you don't know what you're going to get exactly with him. So, okay, they've gone through and they got our offensive line way in the back end. Our defensive line way on the back end. Now, this one right here makes us a disaster season. This is apparently the Dave Campo years all over again, where we were 5-11 3 years in a row. Now, keep in mind, Jason Garrett kept his job for 10 years. Keep in mind, Dave Campo got 15 wins in 3 years before he got fired. And, of course, Mike McCarthy, he was on the hot seat every year. So I don't know why we even talk about a hot seat, because you will get a few years. So CBS Sports came out with a poll, their rankings of NFL coaches. And here's where it starts. Let's start from the far end. Brian Callahan, the coach of the Tennessee Titans, is 32. 24, not ranked because he's a new coach. Oh, no, he's second season with the Titans, second year as a coach. Career record, 3-14. We shouldn't fault Callahan too much for inheriting an overhauled roster, but after he was unable to corral a quarterback, Will Levis' risky tendencies, there's a lot riding on Cam Ward, essentially controlling himself as Tennessee's new face of the franchise. So he's the worst. Who do you think is the second worst rated coach in the NFL right now? Brian Schottenheimer. Oh, wrong one. Wrong drop. Sorry. Oh, shit. Here's what they have to say about Brian Schottenheimer. First season with the Cowboys, first as a coach. To say his promotion after Mike McCarthy's exit was anticlimactic surprise would be an understatement. But this is a Jerry Jones show, so it's actually par for the course. Yes, Schottenheimer's name may be bigger than his resume, but the man first held a coordinator job back in 2006. It's not like he's totally lacking in NFL chops. Are we sure there isn't a remote possibility that he makes, like, say, Doug Peterson, another former NFC East hire, who was overlooked by all except his own team powerful front office, and proves to be just the approachable leader Dallas needs? Okay. They are literally saying he is the second worst coach. Then you got Brian Diabol. Let's go down through it. Kellen Moore. They're saying Kellen Moore is higher ranked than Brian Schottenheimer. Aaron Glenn at 28. Raheem Morris at 27. Lane Cohen Duval at 26. Jonathan Gannon at 25. Ben Johnson at 24. Dave Canellis for the Panthers at 23. Shane Steichen. Mike McDonald of the Seahawks. Mike McDaniel. That dude should have been fired this season. Let me read what they have for Mike McDonald, because I think he has been so overrated. He was that hot coordinator that everybody wanted. Not long ago, hailed as a whiz kid responsible for unlocking Tua Tagovailoa, McDaniel has lately struggled to keep Miami disciplined. He undoubtedly invested in his troops and proved capable of steering explosive offense attack, but now it's a formality, not just fireworks. He needs to unearth lest the Dolphins keep treading water. Oh, boy. Todd Bowles, Zach Taylor, Pete Carroll, Mike Vrabel, DeMarco Ryans, Dan Quinn, Kevin Stefanski, really? Sean McDermott, Sean Payton, Mike Tomlin, Kevin O'Connell, Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan, Jim Harbaugh, Dan Campbell, Nick Sirianni, John Harbaugh, Sean McVay, and Andy Reid. Here's what I will say with coaches. What's interesting is you had Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike McDaniels all on the staff of the Commanders. Well, that was back when they were the Redskins. And Kyle Shanahan didn't do very well. None of them did very well with the Washington Commanders / Redskins at the time. Kyle Shanahan went to Atlanta for 1 year, in which case they had a great season, great offensive performance, and went to the Super Bowl. And then he got hired by the San Francisco 49ers off of 1 year. And that was a guy who had been around the block for a long time before he got his opportunity. Now, I don't know. Nobody knows what he's going to do. But some of these coaches they've got in there, like Kevin Stefanski and Mike McDaniels, I guess there's plausible deniability because he hasn't actually coached yet. But from what I'm seeing from the players' reaction and responding to him, I'm going to say they're buying into him a lot more than the players are in Miami of Mike McDaniels. So we'll see. All right, people, I got to get to my meeting. I got 14 minutes.